Next night, now, a few days after we got back from Indiana.
This video is so complicated. You know, I was 236 pounds. I was told that I was diabetic. I then, 2 weeks later, start exercising. It took me 10 months to get down to 157 pounds, but I didn't need enough protein, so I got muscle wasting. So then I had to gain the weight back in order to repair the muscle wasting, which took me 10 months. Problem is, I was at 200, so I wasn't feeling any symptoms of my diabetes. But as soon as summer was over and winter started, I gained 10 pounds. So at 210, I feel my symptoms of being diabetic. And so now I got to watch my sugar big time. Okay, big time. So anyway, what happened this day was I decided to eat some of this cereal. 2 bowls of this cereal. And my blood sugar, which I try to keep it down below 200, it was up to 436, I think it was. But I didn't know. Now, my wife still hadn't unpacked everything. And so my tester, I needed it. Okay? I poke my finger. I do that several times a day. I needed this because if my blood sugar was below 200, then I knew something else was wrong. So I needed to call or go to the hospital, But if my blood sugar was high, then I need to get on the treadmill or run in place or whatever to burn up that sugar. But my face was numb, my mouth was numb, my hands were numb, my feet were numb, my ass was numb. I hadn't felt that. Plus, I was dizzy, confused. So I went looking for this thing several times. And my wife sat right here on the desk and was doing her fingernails, putting on fake fingernails. And I kept asking her to help me look for it because I felt like I was getting ready to pass out. You can go in a coma at that high of blood sugar. And what happened was, it was like this. I kept falling forward and my eyes was getting fuzzy and stuff. Like when you pass out, for crying out loud. But my wife would not help me. She just sat here and kept doing her fingernails, and I got pissed. I said, I need your help, for crying out loud. I'm having symptoms, and if I shut down, if this is because of my diabetes, then I need you. And she fucking didn't help me. And it pissed me off. Things have not been very good since that day between me and her. It's kind of bouncing back now, but I was upset, pissed for days because you have to understand, this is my health. When you're in a relationship with somebody, whether you're married to them or not, you need to have their support. And if they're not going to be there to help you, then you ain't got shit. You ain't got a marriage. It doesn't matter if all the other stuff is going great, because that stuff is. But when it comes to your health, if you got something wrong with you, whether it's something else, a neighbor had MS, so her husband had to help her with different things. She didn't have it when I first met her, but she got it later. There's all sorts of different diseases out there, like diabetes and stuff like that, or if you go blind or whatever, and you need your spouse to help you. They're the person that you should be able to count on, especially when you're going through the symptoms of whatever the hell it is you got. If I had passed out and went into a coma, I could have died or stayed in that coma. Every time I feel that numbness and all that, that's nerve damage. And I needed her because I was so fucking confused. My head was spinning. I needed her help. But I didn't stop looking for this thing, and I got it, and then I tested myself, and I'm going like, oh my God, 436. I'm getting on the treadmill, and I'm running. I'm running on the treadmill, and I did it. I burned the shit off and got back down on my own damn help. So, is this an age difference thing? I think so, because she's not feeling anything. She's overweight like me, but she's young. So, therefore, she's not feeling the symptoms. She's never been told that she's diabetic, and so she has no sympathy for me. There's been other times when my back hurt and stuff like that, and I asked her to rub my back. She doesn't want to do it, you know. She'll finally do it because I'm going like, hey, what if you end up, you know, getting hurt or something like that? You're gonna want me to help. Anyway, this is a big damper in our relationship right here. She's been on the ball since, but I tell you, this shit happens again, I'm gonna have to reevaluate this marriage. Plain and simple. You must have support, for crying out loud. It's your life. Do you see what I'm saying? All right. You guys have a good one. Take care and God bless.